said, I'm so thrilled that you all came tonight, and I am so thrilled with what we have been able to put together here. We have everything from the sublime to the ridiculous. We've got historic photos, we've got all the old posters, we've got new art, we've got entries to the old Fisher Body Craftsman's Guild competition, and then thanks to the Street Legends Classic Car Club, we have a lot of wonderful cars outside if you haven't had a chance to wander around and see all of them. I just want to introduce a few people. We have 5 featured artists in the show. David Chappell are able to give us 2 pieces, and they're down at this end, but he is a nationally known artist. Tom Hale is probably the best known auto artist in the country.
Well, thank you, and it's nice to see such a great turnout. Just very briefly, I was drawing cars when I was 7 years old, and most every young boy draws cars. I just never stopped, and always wanted to be a car designer. I spent 20 years as a professional stylist for General Motors, Chrysler, American Motors. So in 1985 I quit to pursue the art full-time. So this is my 26th year that I've been a full-time artist. And I show all over the country. I used to paint old barns and broken down buildings and landscapes. But once you get into the cars, you get so many obligations for posters and commissions and things like that that they consume all your time. So that's pretty much what I do today, is just do these paintings that I just love to do and have a good time with it, and sell them once in a while so I can survive. So thank you for all coming. It's nice to be here, and this is a wonderful exhibit.
Our next artist is Jerry Berta. He does the fantastic ceramic diners. Then we have Margie Guyett. Yay, Margie! And I have to tell you a funny story about this one. You know, if you've seen her artwork, it's usually like these funky, fun tables, you know, with still lives, and I know you do a lot of plein air painting and stuff too. But Linda got me to come down to her studio one day about a month and a half ago, but I walked in and all around her studio are these fantastic car paintings. This is Margie's work, and I just didn't know she did cars. Do you want to say hi?
Yeah, I was always really good in art in school, and then my high school art teacher didn't like me because I was into realism, so I majored in music out of spite. And I ended up marrying some guy who dragged me to all the concours d'elegance shows, and then I ended up working in Wixom assembly line on Ford Wixom on the assembly line, and you know, like all night long, for 10 hours a night, I'm leaning over these cars, and I'm noticing how the shadows and the shapes, and I'm like, so, but Ford was good because I was able to afford to go take some good workshops from some good teachers, and I just painted whenever I had a spare time.
You know, it's Russ's contacts that got all this fantastic art and everything here. This is all Russ.
It was kind of fun putting it together. It was a lot of work, but you know, when I see the people that are here and the artwork that is here, it's fabulous. I hope that you'll come back again to see this show and take the time to really look at all the photographs. The photographs are fabulous. The drawings, the designers, Dave Draper, Fred Falding, Fritz Mayu. Fritz is a former Ford Motor Company designer. I think he probably did work on the Mustang. You'll know Harlan Peterson as Pete Peterson from Tapawingo. He has a series of drawings down here, and Harlan was an automotive designer at Ford Motor Company before he went into the restaurant business. The only thing I'd say is thank you for coming. It's been great putting it together.
We call it our corporate sponsor. We want to thank Charlevoix State Bank. They have been tremendously generous with helping us put together this show. Yay, Charlevoix State Bank. Bingham Insurance Services, Fox Motors, Villager Pub, Castle Farms, Street Legends Classic Car Club, and the Charlevoix Historical Society has, you know, kindly let us reproduce some of their historic photos. And Kiwanis of Charlevoix is going to host one of our many events that we're going to have. We're going to try and have events kind of every weekend. I also want to thank my committee people. Nancy Suzor is our vice president and our events chair. She's pulled together this wonderful reception. Ann Henriksen does not a little bit of everything. Edith Pear has helped us so much with the hanging, as has my daughter Elizabeth and my cousin Sally Campy and Nita and of course Linda. I also want to just mention some of our other artists over here. I'll just read. We have John Alberts, he's a wonderful photographer. Denise Barkdahl. Denise is from Traverse City and she has some amazing photos over here. We have Don Binns. Don Binns is in the gift shop. He's the woodworker who did these incredible cars here. We have Tom Brown. He's another incredible photographer. Terry Daunter. Jan Kellogg, another incredible photographer. She did the two on the end here, Cyclops and the old farm truck. And John Stevens. He's got all this interesting found object art. Great Lakes Motorworks, I think I mentioned them. They have given us a ton of their posters and the classic instruments over here. I also want to thank Ken Beer. And he's here from Chicago, and he's their classical guitarist. Thanks for coming.